15 seconds. You guys
Should
got 2 minutes to win the fight, and we're gonna take another skill off after that.
should Crushy change his Signet of Rage because he does get a passive from it?
He got. Oh yeah. Oh, wait. Stop. 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 Crushy, you got a passive on that elite. You're gonna have to just take it off for. Just something that you don't get a passive on.
All right.
Okay. In 10 seconds.
All right. We'll start off on Pendragon this
5,
time.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Let's see if Pendragon tries to get his smite off early like he did last time. He doesn't, though. He goes for the quick spin to win. Doesn't do any damage, unfortunately. And he gets knocked down in exchange. He does get the pull off, though. And he does get a little bit of damage on top of Crushy, but it's not effective enough to do anything right now. Oh, but Crushy's just standing inside his auto attacks. Misses on that spin to win, unfortunately. It's quite far off, and he does get a spite off, but it doesn't seem to be that effective against Crushy right now. Crushy just a little bit too tanky to die. He does get the stun off on Pendragon, though. Unfortunately, he doesn't capitalize on it with any damage. Crushy just trying to do quick hit and runs, and he gets 2 knockdowns on him. He just doesn't do enough damage against Pendragon. Pendragon trying to do a spin, but he gets stunned in the process, and Crushy just trying to wail on him with his hammer. He doesn't do any damage, unfortunately. He does have his 4 Great Justice to give him that might, and he does end up using it. Unfortunately, there's no way he can close the gap and do enough damage at the same time. Pendragon has that capitalized, unfortunately. Pendragon just trying to wail on him now with his auto attack, seeing if he can wait out his cooldowns. He uses his smite. Unfortunately, doesn't land as effectively as he would hope. Still has his Judge's Intervention. He uses that to try to get away. He uses his Greatsword Leap. His 4 tries to do a pull. This could be it, unfortunately. But no, Crushy is able to leap out of it with sword and resets the fight. And Pendragon just doesn't have the swiftness to catch up with him, but he does get his smite off. He does get his stun off. Let's see if he can finish it here. Crushy at about 30-40% health. Whoa, brings him down to 20% health with that Judge's Intervention.
30 seconds.
Tries to get his smite off. This could be it for Crushy if he can just land his spin to win. And he does. And he gets the win. Pendragon with the quick 0-2. I didn't think it would end, but it did. Good win by Pendragon in the end.
Okay, we are going to kick everyone. Yes, thank you. No, everyone swap to channels, and then everyone leave the actual server as well, please. An update: Blaze won versus Tyrion. The bracket is re-upgraded. We are going to. I'm going to jump down and talk to Zol real quick.
Okay. I will entertain our Twitch chat, which is doing a good job of that themselves. What do you guys think of the fight so far? I think that is our first and second round of qualifiers for the FA Hard Carry Tournament. We now begin our quarterfinals with a best-of-5 tournament starting with our current reigning champion, Burst Fairy. Oh no, was just our first qualifiers. Excuse me.
First qualifier, another round of qualifiers.
Yeah.
Still.
Excuse me. Got some toucans going on in the chat. It's always good to see toucans coming up.
So, Gregor, what's your opinion so far on this tournament?
Everybody should switch to DDLE because it's impossible right now to defeat. The way Serane's playing, it's gonna be difficult to beat him. Other than that, we've been having some relatively close fights going on.
The ones on Channel B, I sad to say, have been pretty not very close.
Been pretty not very close.
Pretty not very close. We saw Blaze just completely dismantle Tyrion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh no, it was
Okay.
really close. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Blaze is our only Necro so far in the tournament, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and that's...
Blaze is going to have an advantage against all of these healing signet warriors.
Exactly.
So,
because he does have those condies.
but you know, he could always change. Blaze can play a lot of classes. So he's got a lot of He's got a lot of tools in that bag.
What would you say was the most impressive fight so far
The
at
most
Channel B?
impressive fight?
Yeah.
Channel B, I'm gonna have to go with
Could be anything. Any fight you thought was good.
I'm gonna have to go. I think the most entertaining fight was actually Blaze versus Tyrion, even though it wasn't close. It was an interesting fight. We also saw, I want to say, God, I wish I could remember which fight it was. We saw Vrontos fight Aaron Terrell.
Yeah, yeah. I took
Vrontos
that.
was using spirit weapons.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Rontos experimenting before the tournament with them.
That didn't work out.
It didn't work out. Oh, he
Sorry to
was.
say, Mediguard apparently strictly better than Spirit Weapon Guard. Strictly, much better, much better. We saw Desade fight Drop Bear. That was actually the closest match.
Oh, really?
Drop Bear ran
Closest in
engineer
terms
build
of skill, or just closest in terms of?
It went 2-1. It looked like I was really like Desade actually completely dismantled Drop Bear, round 1, and then round 2, Drop Bear came out of nowhere with this ridiculous burst chain after switching to Medkit and picking up a Fury off of his Medkit 5. And just burst down Desade the next round, and then the third round was also fast, was much closer. And Desade managed to edge the third one out so he could advance.
Hold on to your point.
Alright, so I think Higgins restarted the server.
He did.
Yeah, I'm having problem kicking people, so I'm gonna cycle it real quick and maybe it'll let me kick some more people.
Alright, alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say our best match right now was the one we just had of Crushy versus Pendragon. You know, it was a brawl fight in that both contestants didn't really have that much damage, so it took strength of will to beat each other, unfortunately.
Strength of will. What about Le Cookie Thief versus Justin Sim?
You know,
In that ground?
I think that just a noob. I think he played well, and I think Cookie well as well. It's just that I think Justin Sith used a lot more of the terrain better than Cookie Thief did, and then a straight up fight. I think both of them. I think they're evenly matched. I think just Justin had better use of the terrain than Cookie Thief did. That ended up deciding. I mean, it went to the point where we had to take away a utility skill for both of them. That ended up being Shadow Refuge. And that could have made the difference because Cookie Thief used that a lot to both regain his health and continue his stealth. So that could have been the deciding factor. But I think it was just the noob's use of the terrain and his shadow stepping ability.
Yep, and well, they did have to just give up at one point and just say, okay, we're gonna get rid of Shadow Refuge, and to make that fight end, which was nice of them.
So how many streamers do you have?
I mean, what?
I don't have that many.
Well, you got 5?
All right, let's see here.
Someone's gonna have to leave.
Yeah, let's see here.
What?
Hurix is not streaming.
Eric's left.
Anti-Sot. I don't know who Anti-Sot is. Hang on.
User left your channel.
Oh, quick clarification
Zonda,
here.
not
There's
streaming.
some controversy going on in the chat right now of letting the Necro start with 100% Death Shroud life force.
Yeah, in the Tyrion Delos Bravos match, Blaze asked if he could start with 100% Death Shroud,
Okay.
and he said, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And so there you have it. I told him that if he wasn't cool with it, that he could have 20%. And Tyrion said, no, that's fine. You can have 100% death. You can have 100% Death Shroud.
All right.
And that's what happened with that. Same thing. Like none of Blaze's opponents so far have had a problem with him having 100% Death Shroud, which
I do. I would have a problem with it.
well, you didn't face.
Well,
him.
he's not
So-
playing,
It's
so
like if
we'll
Warriors
deal with
start
it.
with 100% adrenaline.
Look, if you can convince your opponent to let you do that, more power to you.
All right. We are all set to go.
All right.
All right.
So you're gonna take Justin and Stalker, and we'll
Right.
take Sasani and Arian Turo.
All right.
I'll go let them know.
User left your channel.
So we have Sasani versus it's Aaron Tyrell. It'll be an interesting matchup. Oop. There you guys go. And this will be our second round of qualifiers, yes? No, who knows? Yeah, it'll be our second round, so it's still a best of 3, guys, so it's still first to 2. And if you guys want to watch Justin, that'll be in twitch.tv/scrubzol. Our channel is going to be hosting Sasani versus Aaron Tyrell for our 3rd seed. So that's what you guys have to look forward on this channel. So let that be a judgment of your decision. But I think Higgins is restarting and getting the contestants in.
Yeah.
And here
Get
they
everyone
come. Here we go. We got Sasani on his warrior. And Aaron Tyrell, who's playing Datanilla Aaron. Repping CM, a dead guild. Sasani also repping a dead guild.
All right, you guys need any clarification on the rules, or are we good to go?
Saw that, the D flash.
No baby bottle for you. All right, we're gonna start in 15 seconds.
Alright, let me
This
turn
is
off
best
the
of 3 still,
overlay.
guys. Best of 3.
Oop.
In 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Alright, Sasani pops his Signet of Rage. He tries to go for a quick bow, but Aaron's having none of that. Just judge's intervention right into him.
Yep,
Sasani
they both know that they don't need a bow. This is
All right.
their second fight.
Alright, Sasani trying to get those stuns off with the hammer. He's got to switch to Greatsword soon. Tries to get 100 blades off, but he does. He ends up getting 2k damage from him, but doesn't really do much to Aaron as he just heals right through it. He brings him down to about 50% health, though, with those damage attacks from the hammer. It's doing lots of damage. He has to switch, though, because his cooldowns are now. He's trying to get his 100 blades off. He's trying to get Aaron into a singular location. Let's see what Aaron's trying to do to avoid it. He's got his Judge's Intervention just up, but he takes the root of that damage right there, and he ends up bursting down Sasani with his Judge's Intervention. So that is 1-0 in favor of Aaron.
Very solid fight on his part.
Oh, he turned it around. That was looking good for Sasani early game, but with that Judge's Intervention, he did a lot of damage in that quick amount of time.
Dasani's mentioning that he's got sweaty palms.
Ooh,
Fucking, the stress level is up.
that's really weird, and didn't need to know that.
Hey, man.
His
High
knees are
risk.
weak, arms are sweaty, vomit on his sweater already. Stuff
you guys
we
ready
don't
over
need
there?
to know.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay, we're both ready. We're going to start in 15 seconds.
All right.
In 10,
Let's see how he's running his hammer.
5, 4, 3, 2,
They
One,
both
good
do
luck.
a cute bow right before they start. Ooh, Judge's Intervention does a ring up. Sasani just stabs right through it. And not going to have any of that. Yeah. Sasani doing that early game stuns again. Trying to get his 100 blades a position to attack, but he ends up whiffing on it. Aaron trying to get a pull off, and he does effectively pull him, but not all the way to him. He does and down to half health, but he does end up sheltering out of it. Sasani back to square one with attacks now. Just trying to fill each other out, trying to get a stun off. Both unable to capitalize it on it so far. Sasani working on his hammer stuns that ends up getting blocked, and Aaron just going to jump right into him with Judge's Intervention. He's getting a lot of burst damage down. So Sasami has to get out of there. He's got to create separation. There's no way he can take it on all of his health now.